Hello, my magician, and welcome now to Shout Out Wednesday. Post a comment or ask a question at soulgarden.tv in the Pisces viewing room. I'll do my best to shout back or answer 1 week later. Well, my prediction is sunny and productive today for the fish of the zodiac. The moon is now into Aries, putting emotional focus on your soul capital. This is almost the emotional follow-through of last month's transit. Remember last month you were working on raising your prices, raising your self-esteem, etc. Well, now your emotions are catching up to your spiritual wisdom, so you should be feeling that new attitude, feeling that new value, and putting it into action. You will be very productive if you go with what you learned in the last 30 days. Also, zipping around the sun, we're at 2 degrees today. The sun in Taurus. The topic is what's not working with mental attitude. So for instance, today you may be feeling your new self-esteem, but maybe your mind is still putting you down. Maybe you're still doubting. Maybe you're still sabotaging your potential with your thoughts. If that's the case, pay close attention. That's what we're working on this month. Remember in Chapter 1 of Sun and Taurus, we want to gather information of what's not working when it comes to your attitude and your prejudices and your mind games. Then lastly, I want to report some happy news. Jupiter is showing breakthrough and great fortune in the subject of Aquarius. And for you, that means it is now time to act when it comes to taking risk with soul capital and the weeds in your soul garden. So that said, if you have a particular weed, like you've been afraid to face alcoholism, you've been afraid to face a fear that goes back to childhood, don't let that fear rule you anymore. Jupiter is saying you'll have great fortune if you go right for the root of those weeds and start to pull them, or if you go for assistance or help in that particular issue. Then finally, for our shout out, goes to a Pisces made Darius Pierce in the Pisces room. Darius Pierce. I'll get it right on the third time. Who asked the question about a retrograde Pluto on the descendant. This person is saying they heard somewhere that if the Pluto is, or any planet is on the descendant, that it will affect just the 7th house. Well, not true. Not in my beliefs anyways. A lot of astrologers have their own opinions about what happens, and you know, we astrologers base it a lot on our client and our client experience. My experience is when a planet is on a cusp of a house, it actually plays into both houses, not one or the other. So my interpretation of a retrograde Pluto would be that you've got to completely change the way you live in your lifestyle, and you have to also change the way you approach marriages and partnerships. The two go hand in hand, and they're married together with Pluto retrograde on the descendant. Hope that helps, Darius. All right, that's all I have for today's shout out. See you folks tomorrow with more. Live, love, be.